explaining being versus doing. So understanding being, and when people say that in manifestation, which is always going on, this isn't something that you're actively doing. It's not necessarily an action, but it is something that you are receiving as an experience. Your being is something that is already thriving simply because you are existing. If you've ever noticed, there's two different types of people who could be thriving, right? There's the one person who takes a lot of action in their circumstances. The hustlers, the grinders, and they're receiving. And then there's those who are making money effortlessly, passively, and they have several streams of passive income. They don't do as much. The common denominator between those two experiences is the identity through which they are being. Recognizing that their being is thriving through their choices. When there's a self-recognition that your being is thriving in fulfillment itself, then it literally doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do. It's about the identity and the knowing of truth that you are aware of. Now, when you understand that your being is thriving by default simply because you exist in this world, just like anything else in the reality, cannot exist without something thriving. And that is you. So if you are automatically thriving just because your reality works by default, then you can allow anything that you want to appear in the reality and to thrive as well. At that point, it's just a matter of choice. And this choice is done through identity. And we just do this repetitiously so. And that's how I see being versus doing. And this is also why circumstances do not matter, because whether you do something or whether you don't, it doesn't matter when you already know that you are the one as source that is thriving. Again, the common denominator between people who quote unquote work hard versus people who are just living their best life, doing absolutely nothing, living the soft person life, is that their awareness of their fulfillment, abundance, and ability to thrive is known by them. They are aware of it. Some people just like to hustle because it's fun for them. They like doing things. They like participating. While others who like the soft life like observing and receiving and feeling and immersing themselves in a more passive way. Both versions of experiences are valid and they're right and they're both enjoyable, depending upon the resonance of the individual who is having those experiences. So this is something that I hope that more people become more clear on. How being is just recognizing that you are the source of your thriving reality. When you are alive, you are already thriving by default, simply because of your pure existence. And then what you choose as an identity determines what you are allowing to thrive through focus, through decision, through choices, through assumption, through declaring.